Hello friends! So I know a lot of you voted on the dollar store video, but I realized that's going to take a lot more planning than I originally thought. So instead I'm going to do the makeup hacks video first, which I hope is okay with all of you. And I have another video planned for like next video after this one, and then hopefully in between those two videos I'll be able to like work on the dollar store video, and then hopefully it'll be like the next video. But if not, I will let you guys know, and I will still try to get it out at some point, but sadly I can't do it yet. So let's get into this video though. Before we begin, I don't want this video to be misleading because I usually give you like alternatives to buying things, so like you can do it out of your own closet. But in this video it will probably require you to buy some things if you don't already have them. So I want to give you alternatives, like cheap alternatives, so you don't have to buy like a million products and spend a lot of money. And you might already have some of these products, so maybe I can give you like tips to how to get more for what you have. So we'll see. Hopefully you can at least use one thing out of this video. So the first thing I want to talk about is what I like to call my first ever makeup palette, and that would just be face paint. I don't know where the specific one came from, but I do believe you can get them at like craft stores and like City Party Lab, like stuff like that, for relatively cheap. And who knows, you might already own one. But you can do a lot with just this. The one thing I wouldn't recommend doing is lipstick. That's only because I know some of them shouldn't go near your mouth. I do think there are face paints that are designed to go over your mouth, but just to be safe, I would not recommend doing that. I will give you other lipstick alternatives, but again, this is just for like eyeshadow, eyeliner, blush, the main. Now for eyeliner you can use any color, obviously, but I'm just gonna use the black for reference because that's the color I usually use. But just apply this to every color. Now you're gonna want to use the tiniest bit of water, because the more water you use, the more it's just gonna look like soup rather than eyeliner. So you just want enough to like get it on the brush and get it on your eye. And basically you're just going to apply it like how you would do your eyeliner. And you do want them to dry so you don't accidentally like mess them up. But yeah, just tiniest bit of water, like a few little drops, maybe not even a few. And you're going to do it a few times if you want to get like a better like thickness. However you want to do it. Now for eyeshadow and blush, you can use any color. You can mix the colors too. I would just recommend doing it on like a separate like plate or like container, because if you try to mix them in here, which I've done that before, if you can tell, it just kind of like messes up the original color, and then you're stuck with whatever you mix it on. Unless you can clean it very well, but then again that takes away a lot of the original face paint and it's just gonna go away really fast. But if you want to mix colors, just mix it on like something plastic. But I would use just a tiny bit more water than you did with your eyeliner, because you want that to be more like eyeshadowy blush consistency. And then you can just apply it the same way, like how you would do your eyeshadow, how you would do your blush. And it works relatively well. Like I used it for a while until I got actual like makeup palettes. And you can also use it for like small little details on your face. Like I don't use this palette anymore. I have a different face paint palette, but I use face paint for like my little heart that I put on my nose. So yeah. Face paint works really well if you can't get like makeup. So the second thing does require you to get your hands on like an eyeshadow palette, but you would only really need one for like a couple of different things. So if you're able to buy one, I'd recommend getting one like this that has like some neutral colors, and then it has all the rainbow colors, and there's even some sparkly shiny colors here too. So again, the one thing I wouldn't recommend you using it for is lipstick. You probably shouldn't be putting it near your mouth. I will give other lipsticks ideas, but you can use it for eyeliner. It doesn't give as good of a like eyeliner substitute as face paint does, but you can still get the desired effect of like you wearing eyeliner with eyeshadow. But you can also use it for, obviously, eyeshadow. You can use it for blush, and you can use it for highlights, like highlighter, rather than buying all of that. Now, I used to have a blush palette, but it was really small, and then I started using eyeshadow, and I haven't like gone back to actually buying blush. It just looks nicer, and it's easier than just buying like separate blush and highlighters, I think. If you want to buy your own blush and highlighter, obviously do that, but if you can't, you can get so much out of one palette. So this next thing you can use if you can't get one of these like big palettes, and that would be like getting a mini palette. Now, I don't know how much this cost because I got it as a gift, but there are like similar things to this that I know are like super cheap, and they have a lot in them. Now, this one is specifically like shiny makeup, so I use it to go over like my already put on makeup, but obviously you can use it as eyeshadow because that's what it's there for. And you can also use it for highlight because it gives a nice sparkle to your makeup. And this one actually comes with lipstick. I don't personally use these very much, but they have a good variety of color in them that you can use. And it also comes with blush, which is, again, I don't really use it very much, but it's pretty good. I mostly just use this side. I don't know what these two are. I don't know a lot about like other makeup things, but I'm assuming you could use these if you wanted to. I'm sure they're good too, but I mostly just use eyeshadow for like everything, so I think it's very nice, and I've had this for a while and I like haven't used it up, so it's got fairly good amounts in this small little thing. So I would recommend getting your hands on one of these. You can, again, probably get them at like makeup stores. I honestly don't know where you'd get one of these, but I would say like look up like makeup mini kit, and you could get one of these. You might already have one that you got for like Christmas from a relative. They're super helpful. So that is actually all I have for today's video. If I come up with more ideas, I will definitely share them. But I hope you at least found one thing helpful in this video, because over the years I've just learned all these little tips, and I thought maybe I might as well share them with you because I think it's important to know that you can do more than one thing with like one palette rather than needing 10 things. Of course, it's completely fine if you use more than one thing. I myself have a lot of different makeup tools, but if you can't like afford more than one thing, or if you only have one thing, I do again think it's important to know that you can do more with just one thing. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.